Courtney, I was just telling you, I love season 1, and so far, love season 2, and I'm sure I'm going to love the whole thing. As a writer, I'm always fascinated. I can't imagine creating these intricate stories that all interweave. As a writer, how far in advance are you thinking this stuff up? Are you already into season 3, 4, 5, 6 in your head?
Well, I have a general framework definitely through season 5 for sure, because when you go in to pitch a show, that's part of your responsibility as a showrunner, to have that idea so that when the buyer says to you, okay, but where does it go? You have someplace, to go. In terms of the intricate weaving, that's definitely, a tribute to my, my old bosses on The Good Wife, where I really learned how to make those things sing, so,
One of the things I love is, as much as this show is about drugs and business, it's just as much, if not even more, about relationships and how certain people need each other. Great example with Ghost. He needs the 2 women in his life, Tasha bringing the street smart and the intellect, and with Leela bringing the openness and the attraction to get out of the drug business. Talk to me about telling these layers of this story and these fascinating different worlds that they're all dealing with.
Well, the challenge is to make sure that each character represents something as well as is a character in their own right. So the challenge is to make, for example, the Angela character represent hope, represent, getting out, and yet at the same time be a full and interesting character in her own right, telling her own story about getting out and living a life, because she too left the hood. I mean, it's the idea of Tasha representing loyalty, representing a certain level of ride or die, but at the same time, not following him into what he wants. So it's, it's challenging. I'll just put it that way. I'll answer it by saying it's challenging.
What I love right now, there's so much conversation around having stronger female roles in Hollywood, and we're reeling with these 2 roles with Angela and Tasha, beginning to see their strength, but also their vulnerability come to fruition. Was that a focus in this season, to see more of a centerpiece around those 2 women?
Well, it's always my focus, I mean, I have to be honest, it's always my focus because I want women who are like me on television. The sort of Adam's rib storytelling that we've had, where it's like just a character that is there to reflect a man, that's really boring, and it's not the real world. The real world is represented not only, multiculturally, but in terms of gender on my show, and that is really always my focus, to make sure that the female characters are real.
We're starting to see the puzzle unravel. We're starting to see Kanan's true intentions, the deterioration and the struggle between the relationship with Ghost and Tommy. How much do you hold the curtain back? And in terms of revealing piece by piece, it's got to be such a challenge and a struggle sometimes, because you probably want to give some of it away, but you have to hold a lot of it back.
Well, it's funny. Part of it is that in life, it's a natural arc, right? You don't just fall in love with someone the first time you meet them. It takes time. So we in the writer's room always have to go, okay, if this is the point we want to get to, then what are the steps in between? And that's how you really manage the process of doing reveals. It's like, well, you reveal a piece of it at a time, because that's how life really is.